Hi guys, what's up? Nightwolf here, and welcome back to Mechs of the Roundtable podcast. Today we got 4. Hooray for 4! We'll get into that later. We'll get into... But yeah, we've got that one person in that peanut gallery. Darn you!
Suck it!
Okay, so we've got who has been absent for the last few weeks, but he's back now. Megazord's back! Say hi.
Yes. Konbanwa to all those listening, even if it is not in the evening.
Evening and morning and all those other time frames. We got Magnus Supreme again.
Hello.
Our lovely Autobot or Decepticon, I don't know which.
It changes on a daily basis.
Oh, okay. And Rabbit Sensei Gaming has returned.
Hello, ladies. I know you're there for me.
Why do I suddenly feel like that sounded a bit like Shirako or something? I don't know.
You ever compare me to him again, I will blast your match off with a beam rifle.
No.
Well, excuse me.
Naze is a better comparison because he's a lot cooler than Shirako.
Who?
Mr. Naze.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Or Naze. I'm not
Naze.
sure how you pronounce it in English.
I don't know.
It's not Nazi.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear this
Zeke Zeon!
in English. Because Mr. Naze either will be like the greatest guy ever, or he's going to be sound like a complete scumbag.
We'll see in the next
He
episode.
might be nasal.
Nasal. He could
My
be.
name is Naze. Mr. Naze.
That would be hilarious if that was his voice.
These are my wives.
Well, you see, if thanks to the space-time continuum, we could go ahead and travel through time backwards in a corkscrew and then wind up here, but we'll technically be in another timeline, and... What is it, Conan O'Brien? Oh, I'm sorry, I'll shut up now. I'll get back to my dungeon.
Okay. I just hit my microphone. Wonderful. Fantastic. Okay, so... For starters...
Join the space yakuza.
No! I have some other stuff we're going to talk about first, then we'll get into the episodes, and then you can talk.
Oh my.
We'll talk whenever we want, you son of a bitch.
Hey, watch the language! You kissed your mother with that mouth?
No.
Are you trying to be Batman or Bane?
Could we do that? Could we do, like, the running gag from Age of Ultron when anybody cusses? It's like, you kissed your mother with that mouth? It's like, Cap! Language! Okay. I want to talk a little bit about the game that, well, me and Rabbit were playing it just before the podcast started. We're going to talk a little bit about Gundam Battle Operation next. For those of you who don't know what it is a free-to-play game for the PlayStation 3 and PS4. Go download it now, and maybe we will play with you at some point. Maybe.
Well,
Don't know.
If I get a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the servers interconnect, so you'll be stuck on that one.
No, PS3 and PS4 are different servers.
That's what I thought.
Darn.
Darn it. Well, we'll talk about that later.
You should all just upgrade.
Shush.
Some of us don't have money.
Some of us are broke and in
Ask
destitution.
Santa Claus.
We're some of us are in destitution and we're slowly dying. So
Oh my goodness.
please send money. I'll leave it on an Amazon wish list. Please buy it for me. No.
You can also deposit to my PayPal account.
It'll be a link in the description. No, please don't. Anyway, I had a few choice words to say about Battle Operation Next because, well, I ran into issues with it. So, but for starters, the game is fun. Me and Rabbit have fun playing it. I've had fun playing it for the last couple weeks or so. But there are some problems with it, and my biggest problem with it is the penalty system that is in play on the game for the people who are logged out. And me and Rabbit were talking about this a little while ago. So, Rabbit, what do you think that Bandai and Namco should do to fix this travesty?
Okay. Well, whenever you say logged out, I think we should probably clarify for the people listening to this that we mean like whenever the server kicks us because of a connection issue, not so much as us logging out.
Yeah, sorry.
People logging out of the matches on their own, they're just douchebags who ruin the fun.
Yeah. Shame on that.
But what I think on the problem is, seeing as how what it does is it lowers your percentage meter, and if you get below 50, you don't really gain experience as much as you normally would, or at all, until you get above 50 again.
Yeah.
Welcome to modern gaming. Welcome to modern multiplayer gaming.
Yeah. But the main thing here is it shouldn't be a penalty that's given to someone if they lag out. Now, there is a way that people and companies can actually make it to where it'll show if someone chose the drop out function instead of it being a,
accident.
Of it being a server issue or connectivity issue. And I'm hoping they'll put in a patch with it, because I think they did it with the original battle operation, where it kept you from getting a penalty if you dropped out via, disconnection.
Yeah.
Or accidental disconnection, I mean.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think that what should be done, though, is that this power should be left up to the players. Not so much a automated system, but a thing of, okay, you're going...
players.
Yes. So you're going up against some people, and you see that there's some issues going on, and they drop out. After the match, you can let it to where the match still continues, even though the person drops out, for one, because it takes forever to get a match going.
Yeah.
And then just afterwards, if the person drops out, let it be up to the people on that side to go ahead and either vote them down or not, based off of, whenever they see it can say dropped out or disconnected on the thing. That way people know what happened to them. If it says disconnected, then it's a thing of no one really would want to bother with rating them down. And if it says dropped out, people would go, oh, this guy just left because we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and poke him on this one right here for this, and make it to where it's a thing of one report like that doesn't really do anything to you. Two, it's coincidental, so it so it doesn't do anything to you, but it's got you on the warning meter. Three, it takes you down a percentage. Four, it takes you down double that percentage, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Until you eventually start, and it's only if it's done in a row instead of like one here and then 2 weeks later it happens again. It's just it has to be in a row that you get reported in order to have that penalty.
Also, I think this is what I was mulling over in my head, is the problem with trying to get back into good graces is way too difficult. I understand why the penalty exists. It's for the players who aren't, being...
Clearly, they're not going to fix these issues when Battlefront is doing the same thing, and that's a AAA title, and they can get away with it. This game can.
Yeah. My goodness. We're back to Battlefront again.
It seems like whenever I come over into the podcast here, that's whenever we start talking about Battlefront.
Well, the one thing
I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, and that game just upsets me.
Well, I haven't played it yet, but I do have my issues with it. I think mainly it's just shady business practices that are keeping me from being happy about it.
It's EA. It's going to be shady.
Yeah. I mean, a $50 season pass does not bode confidence, especially when nobody knows what's really in it, except for there's going to be 4 DLC packs.
And modes.
And new modes and some more maps and stuff. But that's not enough, and that price tag is too high.
12 maps to begin with.
I don't know. We'll get into that another time, maybe later. But
talking about this, I actually thought of another completely different way that would solve the whole problem. Instead of it being that there's a penalty for dropping out, if you drop out, people just have it to where players can choose that they don't want to interact with your profile anymore. So it makes it to where they do not connect, to where where that person cannot connect to servers or rounds that the other people who have blocked them are in.
Yeah, blocking other players. That might be a bit more of a productive way of dealing with it. If you know the person's a jerk and they log out because they're sore losers or something like that. Yeah. That sounds like a good way of dealing with it.
Shot in the dark, bring back SDGO.
I don't have a functioning enough computer to play SDGO, okay? I don't think my computer can handle it. It can barely handle the tasks I give it. I think I might need to get it in for some maintenance. I'm not sure.
SDGO wasn't that powerful of a game.
Yes, but my laptop likes to run like complete and total butt. Or ass.
Maybe you need to save up and get a new one.
You come to me when you have the money, and then we'll talk. I'm broke. Costco.
We'll get you a desktop at Costco.
Are you paying for it? Because I'm not.
No, I was just saying I'd take you there.
Well, yeah. If I can, well, I talked to one of my friends who's a big computer guy and whatnot. He said if I wanted a really decent rig, I have to shell out about $800.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And I'm like, ow, pain. That's not only pain in my wallet, but pain everywhere else.
Though technically, you could actually get one for about $500 if you custom build it. So
Yeah, that's what I was asking him too. So he's like, yeah, well, you could just buy one for $800. It's like, yeah, but if I get a kit, I can build it for half that price.
or yeah,
Or I can get someone else to do it for me. Anyway, well, that was my rant on Gundam Battle Operation Next a little bit. But luckily, for you guys out there who watch all my video game content and whatnot, Battle Operation Next will come back when I have some more suits. I promise. I started another Japanese account just for you guys. You're welcome. So all those out there who wanted Battle Operation, you're going to get more Battle Operation. Yay!
and I might even join them.
Yes. That is a plan.
Speaking of which, Gundam Extreme vs. Full Boost is getting a port on the Vita in English.
It's not Full Boost. It's called Forces.
Force.
Forces. The Force Awakens. Star Wars. No.
That would be like the greatest crossover ever.
I don't know if it would
Jedi's
work.
piloting mobile suits.
Yes. Imagine them going out all Attack on Titan style with lightsabers.
Okay.
That would make Attack on Titan more amazing.
Okay.
Okay, someone do a mashup of the first opening song to Attack on Titan, you know, Hirorita, Hirorayega, you know, and the from Star Wars. Do it.
Just do it.
That would actually be a pretty decent mashup.
Okay, go get on that Megazord. I have commissioned it now. I command it, Grunt. Get to work.
Oh, well,
Wait,
my laptop, see, it kind of sucks, so I don't think I'll be able to process the music.
Sadness.
Let me guess, Hewlett Packard?
No. I was just trying to go off the same thing that is the issue right now.
So Hewlett Packard.
Don't tell Ron what to do. He's a Federation Rear Admiral. He outranks you.
Who says he outranks me? Who says this? Huh?
I do, the one wearing the Federation jacket.
Admiral.
Really? Quiet. You fell to the Titans.
Who fell to the Titans?
You did, Earth Fetty.
Excuse me, I went Merc afterwards and I blew them up, thank you very much.
Good to know. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, well, speaking of that, I need a drink of water.
I'm a Neo-Zeon pilot, so I win.
You lose.
Neon, Federation, Titans, they're
That's-
all the same. They all cause problems.
They're all dicks. They're all jerks. In one format or another. But anyway, yeah, the next thing I was going to talk about is that I recently finished Zeta Gundam, and I wanted to talk about that. Give my general thoughts, yay or nay, of whether or not people should go out and see it. I think
Go
that...
out and see it?
Go and buy it.
Okay, there
Go
we
and
go.
watch it. Find a way to watch it.
Where can we
legally.
go see it in the theaters? Tell me.
That would be awesome, especially if it was like remastered. That would be great. So
I
good.
would sit and watch all 52 episodes in the theater.
There's only 50 episodes. What are you talking about?
50, yeah. What?
No, 52. I counted.
What do you think this is? Hayate no Gotoku?
I have no idea what that is, but okay. But yeah, I'm gonna give my general thoughts on it, and if anybody wants to chime in about their thoughts on it, well, except for Megazord, unfortunately, he can't. Sadness. I'll give it to you tomorrow. Does that work?
Oh my.
Sure.
Although you already have like a large library of Gundam DVDs to watch.
I'm on Unicorn right now.
Yeah. Oh, you're picking the shortest ones first. Good call. Good call. Yeah.
So many innuendos to make.
Oh
So
my
little
God.
time.
No, stop it. No more innuendos. I do not allow it. No.
Tomorrow, and I've already started with the shortest one.
I thought that the shortest one would be F91.
The shortest one is Ring of Gundam.
I was talking about ones that I had on hand.
Oh my.
Isn't the
Oh my gosh, she's always doing that. Stop it. Stop it right now.
Oh wait, F91's just...
Can you imagine if this was going on while that mashup was playing right now in the background? That'd be pretty epic.
That would be interesting. Yeah, we just added Star Trek to the thing too. Congratulations. Also add that to the remix too. Why not? do. Anyway, I think the way that I rank my Gundam shows and whatnot for favorites and whatnot, I think Zeta has made it to the top 3. I was already interested in it, but I hadn't watched it, so I wasn't entirely, finalized on, like, is it going to be a favorite? Is it going to be a really good one? And just somewhere in the middle. But yeah, it hit the top 3. So, roughly, the top 3. Because the first 2 can alternate depending on how I feel.
I agree. Because Char and Amuro fight alongside each other in this series.
Yes, they do.
Which is awesome.
It is a fun time to be had by all.
Also, 4, pretty much my favorite woman in anime is from it, so...
I don't know how I feel about 4. She's okay. I don't know. There are lots of women. And we'll get into that later on Iron Blooded Orphans. Stay tuned for that! No.
I thought he was just talking about life. I was about to say, yeah, of course there's lots of women. I mean, I think there's more than half our population is female, so...
That is true. That is very true.
Okay, so, Rabbit, what's your opinion on Zeta?
I love it. I mean, it is one of my all-time favorites. It's actually in my number 5 slot out of Gundam Sagas.
Yeah. That's a good spot
And
for it, too.
if we start talking about, our top 3 favorite Gundam Sagas, I'll get into that later. And
Does Char's
and Wolf here is-
Counterattack count as its own saga?
Sure. Why
Okay.
not?
no, I don't know if it counts as its own. Okay, we'll put it like this: the TV series count as their own sagas, and the movies get a second subsidized top 3. How's that sound?
Alright.
But what counts for a Gundam movie? Are we talking about...
One Char's counterattack.
Does Unicorn count in that? Because it was a theatrical release over, 7 episodes.
Well, technically, it's still 7 episodes long, and therefore an OVA.
Okay.
Movies are just a one-off.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
I'll go with favorite movies: Char's Counterattack, F91, and I'm gonna be spontaneous and go with G Savior.
You too? Yes.
Wait a
Mostly
minute.
because G Savior is is one of those movies that's like The Room. It's like The Room of Gundam.
Especially since it was made back in the late 80s, early 90s when CG was first getting put into movies.
It was made in the year 2000.
No, that's when it
Really?
was published.
I heard
Yeah.
I heard that it was being made in the 90s and stuff.
Hold on a second.
It was being made alongside Turn A.
Hold on a second. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be
Okay.
back in a moment.
It's pretty much Turn A, Zeta could both be the number one spot. Number two, Build Fighters. Number three, G Gundam.
Nice.
Number four, Mobile Suit Gundam.
Do. Let me check. I have an encyclopedia on Gundam. Do.
Okay, good. Because I was just guessing based off the stuff, because I was looking at the box and I saw copyright 1980 something to 1990 something.
Yeah, it says it was released in Japan in the year 2000.
Oh, all right then. Maybe they started work on it early and they just never finished it
Yeah,
until then. As they
probably.
realized this is not turning out well.
Yeah.
It's silly, but it's not turning out too well.
You know they use some of the armor the tropes used came from Space Trooper, not Space Trooper.
Starship Troopers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like that, that's where the that armor also went into Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Nice.
Interesting. I was trying to
Just
think if
proves
there
how
was
ignorant
another.
I am when I know that certain armors and stuff come from or actually use props from other Fox movies.
Oh, we did kind of forget one movie. We forgot the Endless Waltz movie.
True.
That is a
I
movie.
haven't seen that because
Well, shame on you.
Wing bores me to death.
Endless Waltz is actually pretty good. It's not as bad with.
So that was preachy.
Yeah, I mean, Endless Waltz actually is a lot better than the series Wing is, because Endless Waltz, it knows it has to condense it within a set amount of time.
Yep.
Wing, they were able to do the Dragon Ball Z exposition for 3 episodes thing.
Yeah.
Which, let's face it, that
Let's just-
exposition for so many episodes
Let's
came
just
from
all
BBC.
agree and shoot Lady Yana out of an airlock.
Why would we shoot Lady Anna out of an airlock?
Because it would be fun.
She already threw people out of airplanes and shot them. She's crazy and has a split personality. We can't hold that against her. Okay? It's okay. She's a little bit nutty, but it's okay.
You're right, we can't hold split personality and crazy against her, but throwing people out of planes and shooting them, that we can.
I think that might have actually been a little bit on the overkill side if you think about it. Because you already threw him out of a plane that was off the ground and over 1,000 feet in the air.
A little bit on the side of overkill?
Yeah, it's
A little
overkill.
bit?
It's overkill. It's just plain
Perhaps
overkill.
just wondering
I
why
think,
you shot him and then threw him out of the plane.
I think,
Oh god, Lady Un's Bane.
Oh no.
yeah.
You have failed this city. No, wait, no. Wrong show.
What kind of person shoots a man before throwing him out of a plane?
Apparently,
That's what it was.
Apparently
I just-
someone who's
that
nuts.
was correct.
Apparently someone who's nuts. Okay.
Yeah, we got two people's top, well, one person's top favorite series is Wolf. We got your one out of the top 3. What are your other 2 favorites, man?
I think I may have talked about this on the podcast where we talked about some of our favorite Gundams or Gundam series and some of our least favorites.
Must have not been there for that one.
Yeah, that was when the podcast was starting. It was just myself and Megazord and Magnus. I think. Sinanju may have been in there, but I'm not sure. Probably not.
No.
Nope. But I rate 0080 War in the Pocket and 8th MS Team pretty highly. They're 2 of my favorites.
Team is awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
I know it's one of Rabbit's favorites, so.
It's my top favorite.
Yep, pretty much. And I struggle between those two a lot when it comes to the top two, because it could go either way, because both of them are really good series to watch. They're short, sweet, and to the point, and very enjoyable. So, yeah. I don't know if I'd ever do a top 5 entirely. Maybe someday, but not now, because we're busy.
Yeah. Who's going next now? Who's going next on their favorites?
Megazord's on the hook. Megazord's on the hook.
I really like Iron-Blooded Orphan.
Because that's pretty much the only one you know.
Well, I think I said it before in a previous one, but
Yeah.
I liked the action in Gundam Wing. I liked the designs.
Yeah.
And they were really cool. But, the politics were a bit much for my young mind at the time.
It was very hand-fisted. It was
Yeah.
It was literally beating that book over your head.
Yeah, like when you saw like on TV, like when the ads would show on Toonami and show the scenes from Gundam Wing, it was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wing, in the recent issue of Frozen Teardrop, Hiro and Relina are now getting married.
Please do not mention that atrocity on this podcast. I refuse to allow it.
Well, if I remember correctly, it's getting an animation adaptation.
Or it was getting some sort of... I don't know if it's getting an animation adaptation or if it's getting a... What is it?
Is it a sequel or is it just a retelling?
It's supposed to be a sequel. Mixing it with a Cinderella story for some unbeknownst reason that I do not understand. Not kidding.
He's telling me Hero is Cinderella.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, not Cinderella. I meant Sleeping Beauty. My apologies. I get the two mixed up.
Can we have
Because Hero is literally Sleeping Beauty. And Raylina is Prince Charming, who attempts to kill him, apparently, for some unbeknownst reason. I don't
That would
understand.
be awesome just to have Hero in a coma for the whole series.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the reality of what actually happened. This is what truly happens in the end after he blows up Wing Gundam the first time. Nothing ever happened from the rest of Gundam Wing. It's all just in his mind while he's in a coma.
Okay, with that fan theory in there. Okay, we just shot a fan theory at you guys. Research it.
I like it.
See if it's true. See if it has any validity.
Actually part of Inception.
Yes.
It's like, I thought it was just ships in the background.
It's all part of the Matrix. You're being lied to. Choose the right pill. But yeah. Okay, Megazord, do you have any other favorites besides Wing and Iron-Blooded Orphans?
I actually really liked G Gundam.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
though it was very shonen.
Yeah.
feeling.
Very, very silly.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like it's like, well, why didn't you just use your special move at the beginning of every match?
And then you would win 100% of the time.
Exactly.
Because
What
it's
the-
Dragon Ball Z meets Gundam.
That's why. Yeah, just use
also
that
why it's
burning
amazing.
finger. Use the burning finger attack and
Burning
destroy.
finger, yeah.
But the burning finger takes anger. I can't just use it at the beginning of the match. I gotta get into the match first.
No, it doesn't require
Let him kick you in
anger.
the nads and then you can do it.
Let him kick you in the robo crotch. You'll be good. Kick him in the robot crotch and then everything will be A-okay. Yeah.
Remember, the villain in the end was defeated with the power of love.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Defeated with the power of love.
Oh yeah, that's right. Devil Gundam was defeated by the power of love. It's the power of love. That is true. Of course, it was being fed on by pure evil, wasn't it?
It was really, really cheesy in both dubs because the symbol of the King of Hearts came to life and just sliced it in half.
Yeah.
I think I like the ending to Gundam Breaker 2 a little bit better when you fight Devil Gundam. Because you headbutt him in the face.
And then he
you slice him in
explodes.
half.
Then you slice him in half, yeah. With a magical beam hand.
Also known as the Shining Finger Sword.
Yes. Let's go with that. Just so long
Really,
as it's not...
It's straight from G Gundam.
Yeah. Well, that would explain a lot. It felt very G Gundam-y to me.
Yeah.
Well, at least it isn't Shin Finger.
Thing, the finger isn't a very powerful thing. Well, I mean, I guess it is.
Hey, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Whenever me and Wolf here recorded the first time and it glitched up, I tried so hard to keep from getting fingered by Double Gundam. It was horrible. His dark finger attack was coming for me, and it was going to blow me up.
Poor.
Dark Finger was Master Gundam's technique.
Sorry, Double Finger.
Who's keeping score? Come on, honestly,
Dark
they're both
finger,
evil.
Double Finger, tomato, the attic, the Arctic.
Hey, don't insult Master Asia. He'll kill you with the dish rag.
I'm not. Sorry.
Sure.
He'll
Yeah, he
crush
can
your
kill me with
skull
a dish.
with it.
What was I thinking? Just so long as it's not Shin Finger, I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Wait, could you say that again?
Shin Finger!
No, I mean the whole thing. I missed you.
No Shin Finger. I hate Shin Finger. Don't mention it. No, we can mention it, but it makes me upset.
Don't mention Shin.
No, we can mention Shin, just so long as it's not when he's piloting the Destiny Gundam. We could talk about him when he's piloting the Impulse, because at least he's competent.
That's debatable, but
Well, he's moderately...
The ultimate coordinator.
Shin is at least moderately competent when he had Impulse Gundam, but when he went to the Destiny, he went full idiot.
That's because they had to bring back Kira Yamato.
No, if this was the plan for him with the Destiny Gundam, boy oh boy did they screw that one up. Anyway, that's a rant for another day. We'll trash. We'll try and see if we can create an actual full episode where we trash Gundam Seed Destiny. Maybe.
I need to actually watch all of Seed Destiny before I can get all.
I already did that, and I don't plan on doing it again anytime soon.
I'll watch it a third time.
Sure you will. Because you're willing to defend it.
Hey, just because there's a lot of plot holes does not mean that the characters do not have decent development. It's just the plot holes and the plot armor that mess things up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably...
All the characters are actually well made. It's just the plot had some issues. That's it.
Yeah, and scripts coming in incredibly late. That's not a good thing either.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a problem. It could have been
That's
better.
the development issue. That's...
Yeah. It could have been better, but... Well, I mean, a lot of people see, like, the Gundam Seed Stargazer movie, and they're all like, why couldn't Gundam Seed and Destiny been like this? A lot more fans probably would have been more sold on it if it was closer to that.
True. Well, then again, Seed and Seed Destiny were sort of rushed, so...
Yeah. And tailored to a younger audience.
Yeah.
That were really into the very weird and what I would say... Well, I don't really like the designs very much. The designs are very weird. I mean...
the characters or the mechs?
The mechs I don't have as much issue with. It's the character design that bugs me the most. At least with the younger characters. When it comes to older characters, it doesn't bug me as much.
Yeah, they definitely made everyone look almost exactly the same.
Yeah, almost to the point where you could literally swap heads with pretty much anybody and nobody would know the difference except for hair color. It's the Clamp situation all over again. Because it's literally what they do too. They use the same character designs for everything that they do. The only difference is that they, they just like swap hair designs and give them different clothes, and then boom, he's a new character. Or she.
Well, it was the early 2000s. It's whenever animation started getting a little bit lazier because people started transferring from pen and paper to computer.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Anime has gotten slightly better.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not as awesome as it was in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've lagged enough. We need to talk about Iron-Blooded Orphans. We got to recap.
Is it just going to be us, or has Ron been a good boy?
I don't know.
Huh? Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh.
Did
I
you
have
catch
been
up?
Quite busy watching and catching up.
Yay!
Yes, I'm ready.
Hooray! The only one who doesn't know anything is Rabbit, and he'll hang out in the background. He'll plug his ears if we feel like we're spoiling anything for him.
So
The more I hear, the more I want to watch it. So
Okay. Well, but so long as that works for you,
so should we bring up our new character first, Mr. Naze?
Mr.
The
Naze.
space yakuza.
We already talked about him the last time we recapped because we did get to see him.
We called him Paptimus last time, and now we actually know that he's nothing like Paptimus at all.
Yeah, well, I saw some similarity with Shirako, but also at the same time, I also called him Fancy Dan because he reminded me
He
of.
is Fancy Dan.
He reminded me a lot of the Spider-Man villain, Fancy Dan, wearing a very fancy suit, just generally being a smooth criminal, because he's literally wearing Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal suit for a good portion of the episodes. We also made that analogy last time too. But yeah, let's talk about Mr. Naz, and oh boy, here we go.
He is the coolest character. So he's almost as cool as Orga.
It's questionable. I'm not gonna go that far.
He's just like, oh, you guys are on the ship. Well, okay, I'll listen to what you want. Yeah, we were only listening to Gallahorn because this dude was on here. He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, the guy who used to run the Orphans team when they were CGS, he now is going to spend the rest of his time on a mining satellite or asteroid. Good for him. He deserves it. Justice is served. The gavel has been thrown down. And at least Orga didn't get blood on his hands. Of that spastic idiot.
He also has the fanciest ship ever. I mean, it looks like a house on the inside.
Looks more like a mansion. I'm gonna go mansion. Not just house, I'm gonna go mansion.
And everybody in the crew is his wife.
The harem.
Talk about harem. Dear merciful... Oh boy, why?
wait, are you talking
Because
about
of
Gundam
fan
or are you talking about
service.
Tenchi Muyo now?
This is basically the Tenchi Muyo segment of the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
He's better than Kenji Muyo. He's actually tolerable.
I like Tenchi Muyo. Shut up. I liked at least a couple of those shows. They weren't that bad. They were odd, I'll give them that, but it wasn't terrible. I can't remember which one it was that I enjoyed.
The analogy they gave to why he has so many wives is basically why just love one person when you can love everyone.
I know, right?
That's what the one
That's what his
said.
one of his many wives said. Yeah, and also he has 5 children.
Motto for Woodstock?
Love everyone equally and openly, apparently, to the point where it's actually moderately creepy. Because I don't even know how many women are on board the ship. All I know is he's a very busy man. He is. Oh, what is that guy's name? Oh, darn it! I had it.
The spirit is willing, but the body is weak and spongy.
And full of bullet holes. No.
Yes.
I made new stew.
Oh, God.
Watching that episode yesterday.
No, I'm trying to remember. Oh God, it's the guy who runs Playboy.
You have
Hugh Hefner. He is literally the Gundam variation of Hugh Hefner.
Oh man.
For some
Except he's a
reason,
member of. If Hugh Hefner was a member of the Yakuza.
That
The
too.
space Yakuza.
The space Yakuza.
It was pretty hilarious when the dad's like, "Get them cannoli with lots of cream."
We'll get into that later, but I thought we were going to stick with Mr. Naz.
He's like, okay, yeah, these guys want to join us. Yeah, they're going to join us. Just give them a bunch of food.
We'll get into that a little bit. I do want to talk about him too. But well, actually, I really don't have much else for the Hugh Hefner of Gundam that I've ever seen in my life. Dear God. And wait, no, the Dear God's not even here. Quick! Run! The Dear God is here already! No!
You can't escape. It will always find and devour your soul.
Oh, God! Ah!
The Dear God was in the Transformers cartoon. At least that's what I call him because he's a giant transformer with antlers.
We're referring to a different dear God?
And he turns into a forklift.
Oh, gosh.
So I start singing the song from Mystery Science Theater 3000 every time I see him.
We were actually referring to... We were referring to Rabbit's atrocity that is his favorite thing to use in Gundam Breaker 2 every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that, dear God. Okay, but yeah, that aside. Yep, so, yeah, we have the harem episode with apparently 5 children. Because apparently...
No, those are the only children those are the infants on the ship. The other ones were all at school.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He has more than 5, doesn't he? How many does he have? With that many women on board, and if he's making love to that many women, I have to assume he has many children.
You want to know what I would start to think about this guy? Like,
You thought it was 15?
so how do you set up like a week's worth of time with each person?
You don't?
What do you do during the week? What's your schedule for
I don't
know
even...
what your schedule is.
I know what his schedule is. He's too damn busy. I'm amazed that he can even keep his job as a member of this Yakuza group, this space Yakuza, to even think about it. It's like, wait, how can you manage that much time and have that many women at your beck and call for so long? Dude, you have to be dying on the inside at this point.
Are you kidding? He's living La Vida Loca.
The man is crazy. Naz is crazy, but slightly hilarious at the same time and interesting.
Yeah, but at least he's nicer to the woman than Optimus was.
Women, yeah, Optimus used them as a tool. He was manipulating everybody. Pardon me, I need a drink of water.
I think it was interesting how we're kind of seeing Mika's influence on the group.
Yeah.
You know, like Orga explaining to Biscuit like why he's doing what he's doing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the decisions, you know, those more rash decisions, and it's kind of that, you know, inward rivalry between,
And
you know,
Yeah.
it's like a
Orga
friendship
keep going.
rivalry thing.
Yeah, that was what we talked about a few weeks ago, actually. But since you caught up, yeah. That was from, like, the last 2 episodes that we talked about. But, yeah, that's true. I like that relationship. That's...
none of the Tekadan kids have died yet. Really.
Give it time. Give it time. They will fall. Someone is going to die.
In other news, we got to see the inner frame with the
Barbatos.
Barbados.
Yeah, I got to see the chassis.
Yeah, we got to see what was under the hood. Actually, in a sense, with all the promotional material of like the model kits and whatnot, I already knew what it looked like on the inside.
I think we're gonna in the next episode. I think we're gonna get its 4th form with the giant shoulder pad things,
Yeah.
which would be awesome.
The one thing I will say, that engineer was incredibly excited.
Wouldn't you be too if you found this lost ancient piece of technology that...
Not as excited as he was. He was a little overexcited. I was a bit concerned that he was going to like have a heart attack or something. He was screaming so much, he was so excited. It's like, dude, calm down. I know Gundams are a rarity in your world, but still, tone it. Just bring it down a couple decibels. Bring it down to here. We're good. We're good. There you go. Nice. Nice. And now we're going to paint a little bit of the trees and the rocks. Gonna make a happy river.
We got to see more character relationship between Atra and
Claudia.
Cordelia.
Claudia. Please say Claudia. Cordelia sounds weird.
Claudia. Let's see.
Yeah.
Cordelia sounds weird.
Yeah.
Sound weird.
Because her name is Claudia. That's how it's pronounced. Even in the show, it's pronounced Claudia. Because she doesn't have a Japanese name. She has what would seem like a European name, actually. Claudia Ein Bernstein. Sounds European to me.
Bernstein is definitely Japanese.
Doesn't look Japanese. Could be, but I
Because the Bernstein bears are totally Japanese.
They are. They were a Japanese invention.
Trust him. Trust him. He runs Japan.
Bernstein the Bears.
Oh, and there goes a good number of the audience.
and the audience has left the building.
I don't even know what the Bernstein bears are.
Yay! Anyway, okay, let's go on to the Godfather of Gundam, or the Godfather, Mr. McMurdo Barston. He is the Godfather. He is not only a Yakuza. I don't know if I can really get a Yakuza vibe from him. I'm getting the,
I think it was Mafia, but
I'm getting the Mafia
was all
vibe.
Japanese, so I thought Yakuza, because
It would seem more appropriate, but the fact that he offered cannolis,
Yeah, that's
that
not
leans
bad.
more towards the Mafia. That sounds like a Mafia thing to me.
who doesn't like cannolis?
True, but I doubt that the Yakuza offer you cannolis. I'm just guessing. I can't be positive. I've never met one. But if you were to be joined to their family in some format or another, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not going to cannolis are not going to be on the menu. I'm going to probably go with something else.
Sick.
Cannolis.
Although
giving
they did drink
all the
sake.
kids sweets. Giving the teenagers booze.
But yeah, I was waiting for that moment where it's like, I'm here to make you an offer you can't refuse.
I think he paid for everything, even the girls' shopping trip.
Probably. He has the money. I mean, he's a
Like-
mafia boss. What do you expect? He's got money.
I like
like how
that,
he is-
that Claudia or Cordelia got a Fumitan, that little necklace thing.
Yeah, that was cute. What were you going to say, Megazord?
Oh, when they first go into what's his name again? The mafia guy? What's his name?
McMurdo?
McMurdo. Strangely close to McMurder. But
it could
when
be
they
that.
go into his office and he's like trimming the bonsai.
Yeah.
That's like his cat sequence,
And everyone's
Instead
like
of petting the
shocked.
cat, he's trimming the bonsai.
It's one of the most interesting things. You get the, mafia vibe, but you also get the Yakuza vibe all in one. Because the area and everything looks like a, classic, Japanese garden house. The ceremony looked incredibly like a Japanese or Yakuza ceremony. What I can only assume is probably where the influence comes from. And yet at the same time, we're getting cannolis and a guy who sounds a lot like a mafia dude. I don't know. And also we found out Orga apparently has a party animal side and likes to get drunk.
Yeah, he was having a hard time there after the party.
Yeah, I think he partied a bit too hard.
Probably the first time he ever partied at all or had any kind of real fun.
Probably. We're gonna go with that.
You want to hear
But
something totally
I mean,
random?
He is like
what is it?
15 years. He is like 17 years old.
Make the Supreme be quiet. I want to hear something random. Shush. Shh.
So, the whole thing with the alcohol and
Yeah.
you get inebriated,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
So your body adapts to that so quickly that in the morning, your body's actually already become addicted to the alcohol. So it's like a withdrawal when you have the hangover. See, so that's why sometimes they'll tell you if you have a really bad hangover, just drink a little bit of what you had the previous night because it sort
wow.
of satisfies that addiction. Okay,
I
that's
see.
all I have to say.
That was it. That was Science with Megazord, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Please enjoy. I don't really have anything else.
Now Tekkadan has, because of these episodes, a lot has happened, and now they have an official route to Earth. That's what that all was about.
Yeah, that's true. But also...
So a lot has happened.
Yeah.
That they could get to Earth.
Yeah, but also now, they're a family. Hooray for family!
And they have funds to
Family.
get
It's
to
become
Earth.
fast.
For corn gas.
They're the corn gas family. Uh-oh. The corn has returned to the podcast. How lovely.
Okay.
No, this isn't all about corn. I don't even know what I'm going...
Corn.
Children of the Corn. I don't even know what I'm going to do for a thumbnail for this video. I have literally no idea.
All of us in a cornfield.
But that's not even the bulk of what this episode was.
And then put the caption in salvation.
Okay, you get to make the thumbnail this week.
Scarface.
Or not.
Oh, that might work. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a Scarface and some other assorted mafia dudes hanging out. Put their images somewhere on the thumbnail. It'll be fun. If I can find good images of them, anyway. Okay. Now what do we do? I've got nothing else on that.
Wait. You're out of topic?
No, I've run out of things to say. No, I haven't. Actually, didn't you want us to talk about something, Rabbit? Or did we already do that?
No. Well, one thing I did forget to mention is I actually didn't name off my top 3 favorite series, but yeah, it's pretty easy guess from context clues from the other people talking.
Pretty much.
8th MS team is number 1.
Not a big surprise.
It's my number 4.
It's your number 1. It should be blatantly obvious because of the image you see on the screen right now, guys.
Hey, for all they knew, it could have been Blue Destiny.
That's true. But we didn't put an image of the Blue Destiny.
Does Destiny have an anime?
No. It only has a manga adaptation. And a game
It
adaptation.
needs an animation.
It does. Just like Thunderbolts needed it. And we're getting it.
In other news, Thunderbolt's official air date is the 25th of December.
Yay!
Nice.
Very
We'll
good.
be looking out for that.
Yeah. I haven't even gotten to watch Gundam The Origin Part 2 yet.
I haven't either.
Well, yeah.
Because I don't want to pay. Because I gotta pay for it.
Yeah, we all have to pay for it, but I was going to watch it with Megazord, so.
Yep.
Speaking of about things being released, that actually reminds me. I saw on Bandai's Japanese YouTube channel, the Bandai Animation channel,
Yeah.
that they're re-releasing on Blu-ray 0083 Stardust Memory.
Oh, yeah. I think we talked a little bit about that on one of the podcasts where inside the Barbatos Gundams box, there was a list of Gundam shows that were getting re-released for Blu-ray, and Victory Gundam was there, as well as 0083, 8th MS Team. I think that was it. But yeah, all of them are going to be re-released.
What about English dubbing Gundam X?
We don't even know when that's coming yet.
They haven't announced it.
Right Stuff hasn't announced any distribution plans for X yet. They talked about Double Zeta. They talked about the 2 Build Fighters.
I hope Build Fighters gets an English dub.
It needs it. It really, really needs it.
Johnny Young Bosch should be like Ron Burrell and
Why? I genuinely want.
Young Bosch is awesome.
Yes, he's awesome. I will admit that he's voiced some of my favorite characters.
No, or Riccardo Fellini.
I could see that possibly working. Sure, yeah, I could see that working. I don't see him playing Mr. Rawl. That just does not. I don't think that fits his style very much. But Ricardo, I could see that. Because, yeah, Johnny Young Bosch does voice some of my favorite characters. He voiced Vash the Stampede. He voiced Lelouch. I don't know. I can't remember some of the others, but those two I really like as characters, and he did I think he did an excellent job. So
He voiced Adachi and the main character in Persona 4.
Oh yeah.
And I would say something, but I don't want to spoil Persona 4, even though it's an old game.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned because I've never played it, and I don't even know when I will have an opportunity to even play a Persona game yet. I'll probably play Persona 5 before I play any of the others. The premise of that looks rather
Don't
interesting.
get to hear Johnny Young Bosch
I'll live.
swearing.
I'll live. I'll survive. I don't need to hear him cussing and swearing. I got enough of his insanity and craziness from Code Geass. Thank you very much. It was actually rather good, but actually I think that might be one of his best performances I've ever seen. But
He was also Adam in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
yes. Oh yeah, that was another thing I noticed. It was a couple weeks ago, but I remembered on The Completionist, they actually had the guy who played as Rocky.
Okay,
The
did
second-
it just get silent, or is there a connection issue?
No,
Are we going to talk about anything else?
We could. I'm not getting any.
I don't know. Was there a connection issue? Everybody yell! That was terrible. 2 thumbs down. Shame on you. Just shame on you. What else could we talk about for a brief little bit? Well, let's see. I have been watching Jessica Jones on Netflix, but finished it. Who?
Finished it.
That's an excellent question. Who the heck is Jessica Jones? Who really cares?
Who is Jessica Jones? I've never
It
heard
was so good. It was so good.
I'm not that impressed yet.
Really?
And I'm like 10, I think I'm at episode 11 and I'm not impressed. David Tennant's performance is the only thing that's keeping me engaged and interested in it. That's
Really?
it.
David Tennant voice a robot in Teenage Mutant in the current season of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Cool. He was also the 10th
Really?
Doctor, so
Yes.
on top of everything else.
And he makes lots of Doctor Who references.
Yeah. He doesn't really do that very much when he is Mr. Kilgrave, Mr. Purple Man. Which I'm a little bit...
Purple dude.
No, actually, he should be. He literally should be purple. Because in the comic books, he is literally purple.
No, that's too weird to do.
What?
That's too weird to
No,
do.
not what you said. I heard you. It was Megazord that I missed.
Oh, I was basically saying.
Because the Marvel
you were saying.
cinematic movie has to be super serial and you can't have any weirdness.
Would you be quiet for 5 seconds?
And you can't just say,
My goodness, you step on everybody's toes. Stop it. Just stop. No. I'm kidding. Step on all the toes you want. Just don't come crying to me when someone else steps on yours. But I think it's a good show, but I'm not entirely super impressed as I was with Daredevil, because I was like, oh my goodness, Daredevil, I'm so excited. It could just be that Jessica is so low on the totem pole of Marvel characters that could get shows, and I knew it was coming, but I was like, am I really going to be interested in that? I mean, she's okay. We're talking about one of the superheroes that Marvel has that probably has only has like 2 powers, and one of them in the show she doesn't even have for some reason that I cannot fully explain.
what are her powers?
She has super strength and flight.
Let me guess, she can't fly.
Exactly, she cannot fly. Also, she does not wear the costume at all.
No.
And she probably
But I think-
never will. It's like lovely.
Yeah.
She just dresses like Paddington.
No, she just dresses like an emo crazy woman.
I thought she was in a blue coat and a red hat in the commercial that I saw.
Well, she wears like hoodies. She looks incredibly emo. I understand the tone and I know why. But at the same time, it's like when they flash back to parts of her past where they're talking about her powers and whatnot, it's like we barely see her smiling as it is. And she also refuses to wear a costume. I'm like, this is lovely. This is a continuation of Marvel's behavior for some certain characters. They decided superhero costumes are outdated. Superhero costumes are stupid. Let's not give them any. Let's just
we
make
get
whatever.
Agent Coulson the series.
He has a series. It's called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He doesn't need to be by himself. He's got a whole group of people around him.
But we all know that Agent Coulson should just have a series where he's like talking to just random Marvel superheroes.
Nah. I think he
Because
works
remember,
Marvel
in the
talk show.
comics,
a Marvel talk show. No, that's Deadpool's
in
thing.
the comics, Agent Coulson is Deadpool's handler.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yes.
That ought to be hilarious because Deadpool runs his own talk show and whatnot sometimes. Those were actually really funny when I read those comics. That was actually really hilarious.
And he's also the handler of the brute force.
I have no idea what that is.
It's awesome. You should look it up. It's basically transforming animals that fight crime.
Is this part of that Howling Commandos thing? Comic? I don't know.
No. Brute force is its own thing. Unfortunately, there's only 4 comics.
Oh.
Actually, technically 5 with Deadpool biannual from last year.
Interesting. But
Deadpool's fighting against SeaWorld.
this is like kind of picking at the bottom of the barrel for Marvel because not to knock Jessica on her or anything, but her only current claims to fame are being married to Luke Cage and having his baby in the Alias comics. That's all she's got in current continuity.
Sound.
Huh?
I'm losing sound. Like I didn't hear what you said at all.
Oh, great.
Yeah, same here.
Crap!
Everyone sounds like robots again.
Crap!
For me, it's been cutting out for me for ages. That's why I've been silent.
Oh. I'm
I was
sorry.
wondering.
Hold on a
It's
second.
been like in and out. Yeah, on this side.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't have a Netflix, so...
Well, yeah. I think it's worth watching. I'm just not entirely impressed yet. So we'll wait and see. I haven't finished yet. But if it might get better towards the end, so the finale
I'll
might be
say
good.
What's interesting is I feel it's targeted actually more towards a female audience.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I watched it with
But
Emily,
just-
and that's not the reason I'm saying it, but she really, really, really liked it. I really liked it too.
Yeah.
They should
Because it's
make
not
She-Hulk.
very reliant on action. Like Daredevil was very reliant on action. Jessica
Yeah.
Jones is more emotional. I mean, there's still
Yeah.
good action.
Talking
Yeah.
it's about recovering from an abusive relationship and things of that nature.
Yeah.
They should have made just She-Hulk series, because there we go. Then
Oh,
we
let's
can-
go with the second most fourth wall breaking character that Marvel has.
No, then we can have a Daredevil and She-Hulk court case.
Oh my god.
That would be interesting. Wait, no, that wouldn't work. They're both public defenders. It won't work. Well, it could work, but they'd be like together and they'd share chairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't they date in the comics?
I don't think so. I don't know. And I'm not going to bother looking that up. I know she dated Tony.
They should totally hook up. That would make like the greatest crossover ever.
I don't think they will. Her attitude's way too upbeat, and his is pretty moody. At least a good majority of the time. It's kind of moody. Kind of upset. I have a dark and tragic past.
I was blinded as a kid. Now I fight crime.
I'm the hero that this city needs, not what it deserves.
So noble.
I'm Batman, even though I was never created to be Batman.
Rabbit, are you still there, or have I lost you completely?
I'm just lost on the topic because the audio keeps on cutting out for me.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, the last thing I knew you were talking about is you were talking about. I brought up that Starless Memory was going to be remade and stuff like that.
Oh.
They started talking about that, about how all of them about to be remade, and then suddenly Jessica Jones, and then suddenly Daredevil, and then She-Hulk. And I'm going, when did we switch topics? I have not heard Jack.
I'm so sorry. No, he's missed the entire
How long have
conversation.
we been recording for?
We are now in the call. The call has been going for 1 hour, 27 minutes, 14 seconds.
Yeah. But let's see. Rabbit and myself were in the call for about, 10 minutes? Before
Well, we were in the
Megazord
call
joined.
well, you created a new call. You had me in for about 3 minutes, and then we got everyone back in at about 20 minutes later.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Anyway.
I think that's an episode.
What?
I think that's an episode.
You think that's an episode? Okay. Yeah, I think that's
for the episode.
We lost him.
For like a huge chunk there. That really sucks. You got cut out. That sucks.
I'm sorry. I can't control my internet. If I could, I would will it to do what I want.
Well, in that case, because I got cut out, I'm asking the question I was asking before the podcast happened. What's everyone's choice on the new Fire Emblem Fates game? Conquest or Birthright?
Ooh. For me, you already know my answer.
How about conquesting Birthright?
Together as one, no. Well, I mean, if we had to choose one or the other.
Wait, we're allowed to vote?
Huh?
Yes, we're allowed to vote. This isn't the Principality of Xeon. You're allowed to vote.
Wait, I wasn't informed of this. Did I miss a Nintendo Direct?
Obviously you did. Actually, I don't normally watch it either. I get my news from other sources anyway before. I don't even remember the Nintendo Directs. I'm like, wait, there was a Nintendo Direct? I mean, I missed the Nintendo Direct when Cloud was announced in Smash Brothers. I was like, what? My mind is blown.
I think Nintendo was doing a stream today anyways.
Yeah, probably. And I probably missed it.
Yeah. Personally, I'm going to go for the Conquest or Nor side first.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get the special edition.
Yeah.
Just because I like the
sadness.
European setting.
Is this games or is this...
It's a
Games.
game. Yeah. It's going to be the new Fire Emblem game that's coming out for the 3DS. Yeah, I'm going to go with Birthright, so... Because I'm going to go easy mode. Mainly because that's just how I roll. I hate harder difficulties in games. Sometimes they kill me. And then I get angry.
We got to get you to play XCOM then.
No!
Can I get you to play Metal Gear Solid?
Metal Gear Solid isn't that hard. I've played through some of them. It's not too difficult.
It can be if you suck at sneaking around.
Actually, I'm very good at that.
What we need to do is we need to get
Hello.
Metal Gear on the NES.
Metal Gear... Oh, I've played that before. That game is incredibly difficult to play. It is a hard game. But anyway, yeah, I guess we'll end this episode of the podcast here. I would like to thank everybody for watching. All of you that do. Don't forget to, hit the like button. Talk to us. Comment. Please. I like comments. I get giddy every time I see one. So please send me comments. Subscribe to the channel. I always like that as well. Watch all my videos. Watch all of Rabbit's videos too. You should go do that.
I could use the love.
He needs all the love he can get.
What is your channel, Rabbit?
Rabbit Sensei Gaming.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, you could also.
Praise the Lord Rabbit.
Oh, praise the Lord Rabbit. Oh. Also, you could also subscribe to Magnus Supreme's channel.
Which is?
Well, it's literally there in the name. It's in
okay.
the name. It isn't different at all, really.
Except it's an A, not an E.
At the end of what?
You have it M-E. It's M-A.
He's calling you out, Wolf. He's calling you out.
I've been misspelling it. You needed to tell me this. It helps that I know.
Watching the episode. I only watched an episode recently.
You need to fill me in on how to spell things. I'll try. Hold on. Let me write this down. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
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 Everything should come in fine. Volume is at maximum levels.
Groovy.
Hooray for maximum levels of blowing out people's ears. Yeah.
Over 9,000.
Yes. What's the scouter say, Vegeta?
It says 16.
What a pitiful lot. Such pathetic earthlings.
Who are you calling pathetic?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Team 4-Star podcast. Nah, skip the intro. Who needs it?